Hey, good afternoon to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It's not so bright and early anymore. It's noon straight up here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, an incident happened just a couple hours ago while I was out riding my bike. I finish off my exercise routine. I make videos in the morning, then I do my exercise routine, and then I work on my artwork business in the afternoon. And I was just wrapping up my usual bike ride. And it is an incredible, it's going to be 82 to 84 degrees and sunny. A beautiful October day in New England. The trees are starting to turn different colors, and it's just an amazing day out there. So it was a beautiful day for a bike ride. And something happened. Somebody yelled something repeatedly out the window. And there's more to it, though. When it happened, I didn't even respond, and you could tell, I was laying down, and you could tell when a voice is pointed towards you specifically, and I have a 99% certainty that it was directed at me, but it didn't faze me at the time. I didn't flinch, I didn't even respond, but the more I thought about it, and something else that recently happened at this park, and the videos I've made in the last couple of days, my fears, my anxiety of what I believe will happen, the way the country will go, the things the Republicans, especially the MAGA, the far right, the stuff they're talking about these days, and their lack of tolerance for different groups, and where I see the country going. And I want to talk about this morning. Let me fill you in. I might as well just say the name of the park. There's going to be links down below. I'm probably going to use a picture, a Google Earth picture, thumbnail of the park. It's Rockwell Park. So I take a long ride on my bike in the morning. And I usually do a big circle, like 5 miles out, 5 miles back. And this park is right on my way back to my place. It's about a mile or two away from my place. And it's a beautiful, spectacular park here in Bristol, Connecticut. There's a whole, skate park for skateboarders. It's a huge, I don't know how many acres this place is. There's a semi-professional baseball. It's the Bristol Blues. It's a minor league team. It's a whole baseball park inside this park. And there's bike paths. There's miles of bike paths. There's an outside workout area, pull-up bars and weights and all this other stuff. It's an incredible park. Walking paths, and several baseball diamonds. So I usually stop there on my way back, and today I stopped. I usually stop and I work out. There's nobody there, so there's an outside gym with pull-up bars and stuff. So I work out there really quick for maybe about 15 minutes, and then I got my towel in my backpack. So I go over to this other area of the park that's got it's an amphitheater. There's terrace. They have bands there on Friday nights. It's a big grassy field right next to a pond. I've talked about this in another video where there's something else. I believe I had another altercation there last summer, but this is something totally different. And nobody's there. It was about 10 in the morning. I throw my towel down. I'm going to relax after I worked out a little bit. I'm wearing a tank top. I take my tank top off. There's not a soul around. There's some people walking dogs, dog walkers, a couple of joggers. I could see it's a big, huge amphitheater, a big grassy area. And I throw my towel down, and I lay down on the towel. I kick my feet up because I'm laying on a terrace. There's a wall, so I put my bike there, and I put my feet up on my bike in case I fall asleep so nobody will steal the bike. And I'm the only one there in this whole field. There's a street back up behind me, maybe about 200, 300 feet, a street that runs through the park. And there's parking lots back there. Okay, I think it was September 14th. You'll see the link down below. It was all in the news. The Bristol police were investigating what they called a hate crime at this park. And it consisted of somebody writing racial stuff in chalk on the sidewalks right around in the area that I was. And then there was another incident, the same kind of thing in another part of town. So this made the news a couple weeks ago. Let me say this too. I just moved to this city about 2 years ago, And before that, I remember hearing stories here and there that sometimes that area of the park, that road behind the area, was used as a meeting place for guys, cruising sometimes. There was, you'd hear rumors of this, here and there. Growing up there, honestly, this is what it was. There was a head shop back like 30 years ago in that area. Back a little way when I was in high school, there was a head shop in that area, and we used to park there after we'd go to the head shop, and we'd check out the stuff that we bought at the head shop, and it was in that area. And I remember hearing, rumors that there was like cruising there. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's another part of what's going on. I've never seen anything. I've never been approached. No idea. But I've heard that. Okay, so I'm laying out there today, and this is the first time this has ever happened. Like I said, I just finished working out pretty much by myself. There's a couple of dog walkers. There's an older lady. When I finally got up, there's an older lady walking the dog, another guy walking the dog. I see the high school, or I think it's the high school track team running through there sometimes. And okay, so I'm laying down, and I hear a truck. It sounds like a truck. It sounds like a diesel truck. I didn't look, so I can't tell you, but it sounded like a diesel truck. And I hear it coming by, and I hear it directly behind me, the road going through the park. And I hear somebody yell, it's the voice, the sound of the voice up behind me sounds like it's pointed right at me. And I hear somebody yell, "Pervert!" Okay. Right, so I don't even flinch. In a weird way, this has never happened before, but in a weird way, it didn't even surprise me. It didn't surprise me one bit. So this truck is driving through this back area of the park, where supposedly I've heard that there was cruising at one time, or back when I was in high school, there was use of substances back there. It's a questionable, but it's in the back area of the park. So this truck is driving through there. That wasn't good enough. So this person, maybe they didn't think I heard it. So again, louder. And the truck's still driving by, and he yells it again, "Pervert!" And again, 3 times, "Pervert!" And each time I could hear the truck passing behind. And, the voice sounds like it's directed, that person could have been yelling at the person walking their dog, could have been yelling at the other jogger, but seeing I was laying there, I guess because I had my shirt off. I took my tank top off. I'm laying out in the sun in a completely empty, deserted field all by myself. And this person decides to harass me, and because I don't respond at all, they decide to yell it even louder. Here's the thing too, this is something interesting. People have gone by me before, like a car full of kids. This has happened at least a half dozen times. And they'll scream out the window and get a good laugh out of it, because it's scary. It scares you when you're on your bike, and my mountain bike. And there's been times, because they don't really see my build and my size. And when I get off the bike and I approach them, it's a whole different story. Never once has any of these people, because that's what I'll do. There's a couple times where kids will go by and they'll yell, right? And then they're headed straight for a red light, and they're stuck at the red light. And I approach the car, and I get off the bike, and I put my face right up to the window. It's like, who's got a problem in here? What'd you say? You want to repeat that? And it looks like they're almost going to start crying. They won't even look over. And I'm guessing that's what this person would have done too. But it wasn't enough that I didn't. I'm assuming they were talking to me, because I'm a guy laying out sun, but catching some sun with my tank top off. And hey, I might be guessing wrong here, but it's like I said, the area that this was in, the rumors, stuff I've heard, the other stuff that's happened to this park. Makes me think that this person maybe might be a Trump voter. I'm just guessing here. I'm totally guessing, but might be a Trump voter. It worries me. Say that Donald Trump does become president. And there's more incidents like this. Somebody just exercising, summer day, takes their shirt off to catch some sun. And the more I think about it, it really ticks me off, because you start yelling that at somebody, and other people in the park don't know. You know, you start yelling and labeling somebody just because of your own insecurities or whatever. You know, it really made me more and more angry. You know, that I just couldn't even lay out there and enjoy myself that this person would throw around something like that. Yeah, it made me very angry. It made me so angry that actually about after 10 minutes, the more I started thinking about it, I got up, I put my shirt on, and I took my bike up the hill to that street, you know, and looked around for a while. I was hoping that person was going to come back, but they didn't. And because I didn't turn around, I have no idea what this vehicle looked like. But the more I thought about it, I was like, I would have loved to see this person face to face, because obviously laying down, they had no idea of my size and my demeanor my attitude when I could be when you poke the bear, I guess you could say. All right, just some thoughts today. My worries for the country, seriously. Maybe I'm making more of it than it was. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'll use the pictures on the thumbnail, and the story will be down below about what happened in that park, the crime. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Tuesday.